I want to start with a story about two children. Actually, they're both adults right now, but I had them way back when they were in second grade. One was a little girl who was bright and sunny and practically perfect until something went wrong. The second she ran into any challenges, she knew she was doomed. The difficult to her was impossible. The other was a little boy who could barely read. We worked all year. We really worked. He had to strive and bust his rear, and by the end of the year, he was barely proficient. Now, one of them is traveling the world with heaps of scientific grants, having all sorts of adventures, making interesting discoveries, and making the world a better place. The other one is still trying to figure out what to do with life. And I bet you know which one is which. In order to live extraordinary lives, our students need to be fearless in the face of failure. They need to work through and learn from challenges. That's grit. And if we understand it correctly, grit can be a really powerful tool to help our kids become better students and better people. So today, let's explore how we can develop a culture that builds grit, that helps our students take risks and build perseverance. Hi, I'm Ben from Blue Apple, and I'd like to give you one big blue apple of an idea. Here it is. Passion is the soul of grit. There's passion at the heart of every healthy attitude toward challenges, and that healthy attitude underlies risk-taking and perseverance. This is kind of a big deal. Soft skills like perseverance are actually a more important determinant of student success than academic subjects like reading and writing and arithmetic. The people in charge of educational policy sometimes don't get perseverance. They think it's all about just telling kids to suck it up, buttercup. And if kids fail, it's just because they didn't persevere harder. But we teachers, we know better. Angela Duckworth literally wrote the book on grit. It's called Grit. But there's a subtitle that really gets at the heart of it. That subtitle is The Power of Passion and Perseverance. And the order that she lists them is no accident. Passion comes first. Perseverance is really just the blossoming, just the fruit of passion. Perseverance is passion fruit. Think about the concert pianist or the basketball star. Think about Edison inventing the light bulb at Menlo Park. All of them were driven by a deep intrinsic passion. And we can nurture that passion in our students in three fundamental ways. First, we can help our students develop a passion for the flow. When the challenge of a task matches our capabilities, we have an opportunity to really enjoy figuring things out. Think about the concert pianist, the first time that she plays a piece through perfectly. When everything clicks, that's the flow. And we can get our students into the flow by allowing them to puzzle things out and play with ideas for their own. When they have an opportunity to really construct their own knowledge, they can love that process and they can learn to love the flow. Second, we can help students develop a passion for subjects. Here, we want to build up a store of value in things like reading and math and writing. Think about that basketball player. When she pushes herself to persevere long after her muscles have told her to stop, she does it because she loves the game. She's had an opportunity to have all sorts of joyful experiences playing basketball, and she can pull on that store of value when the going gets tough. We can develop this in our students by giving them repeated opportunities to get in the flow. When a student, say in a science class, has an opportunity to experiment and puzzle things out and figure things out for herself, then she learns that she is a freaking scientist and that science is awesome. Third, we can develop a passion for students to believe in themselves, a passion for themselves. We can think about somebody like Thomas Edison. When he was inventing the light bulb, he had this famous quote that said, "Success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." He believed in the value of hard work, and he believed in himself, and that belief drove him to great things. We can develop this in our students by giving them models of perseverance, like Edison, or Michael Jordan, or Winston Churchill, who got England through World War II by teaching them to never, 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 never give up. We can also build this in our students by scaffolding them toward the kind of productive practice that it takes to really get results. And when students are able to see those results as a consequence of their practice, they're able to build up their self-efficacy, their belief in themselves as hard workers. So if we really want to build persistent students, we need to develop passionate students. We need to get them to experience the passion for getting in the flow. We need to give them a passion for the subjects, help them fall in love with our subjects so they build up that store of value. And we need to give them a passion for themselves as persistent problem solvers. So, what does that look like specifically? Let's find out. Hi, Ben here from Blue Apple. We just talked about risk-taking and perseverance and the importance of building passion in our students. When we build that passion, we encourage them to be fearless in the face of failure, to take those responsible risks. So, what does this look like in the classroom? What are those specific strategies that can help students live richer and grittier lives? Okay, first, help them construct knowledge by using a strategy called start with the end. Here we take something that we want them to understand at the end of class, and we give them that question at the beginning. So if you were teaching second graders who didn't know how to subtract with regrouping yet, you might give them a problem like 51 minus 27. Because they don't know how to solve it, because you haven't taught them that yet, they'll have to discuss and debate and test out different answers. This is a great way to learn the content, but more importantly, it's a great way to enjoy that process of discovery. It helps them develop a passion for the flow. A great strategy for helping students develop a passion for subjects is called impossible is nothing. I would take a $20 bill and I would tack it to the wall of my classroom and I would say, anybody who can solve this challenge can get that $20 bill. The key is the challenge was impossible. Physically or logically or mathematically impossible. So, for example, can you take two odd numbers that add together to make an odd number? Or can you draw a two-sided polygon on a flat sheet of paper? Then you help students love to try and find the loophole. When students get to poke and prod at the boundaries of a subject, they really learn to understand that subject deeply, but also they build up that excitement about it, that love for it. They acquire that store of value that can help them fall in love with the subject. Finally, help students develop a passion for themselves with a strategy called change the conversation. Here, instead of praising fixed, innate characteristics like talent or intelligence, we praise things that are under students' control. So instead of saying, wow, you're a really talented mathematician, say, wow, you've really worked hard to develop your understanding of math. Instead of saying, you're so smart, say, you really have a passion for this subject. You can do this. You want to see what it looks like with real, live, actual kids? Check this out.
Okay, Reese, can you count backwards from 10 for me?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You got them all right, 100% correct. I always knew you were a little mathematician. Now you need to go to your kindergarten teacher and show you how smart you are in math.
A squirrel!
Okay, Reese, can you count backwards from 10?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
0.
Wow, Reese, you've obviously been practicing your numbers because you've improved so much. You're going to learn so much more in math this year in kindergarten if you keep working so hard at it.
Thanks, Dad.
Things like start with the end, or impossible is nothing, or change the conversation, those are just a couple of strategies, just the tip of the iceberg. My hope is that thinking about them helps you come up with a lot of ideas that will work for you and your students and your classroom. I hope that you thought this video was valuable. If you did, please like and subscribe. Check out our download for more strategies. Try some right away and let us know what you think. And as always, keep on being that passionate teacher for your students.